Welcome to your daily technical breakdown. I'm Victoria here, and today we're diving into the stock Palantir, also known as Palantir Technologies. Let me start by breaking down each of the signals you've provided so that even new investors can understand what's going on with this stock. First up is sentiment, which shows a negative outlook. That means people aren't very optimistic about the stock right now. But wait, there's another signal called the simple moving average, which is above the current price. That's bullish, meaning the average price over a certain period is higher than the current price, suggesting a possible upward trend. Next, the RSI is over 70, indicating the stock is in an overbought condition. Overbought means it might be due for a pullback or a correction. Then there's volatility, which is high at over 4%, and ATR is also high, showing that prices are fluctuating a lot. High volatility can lead to big swings either way. Looking at short-term metrics, the short interest ratio is 0.46 days, which is low, meaning not many people are betting against the stock by selling it short. The short percent of float is just 2.42%, another indication that shorts aren't a major factor here. The risk is noted as high profile, but I need to be careful about how this affects our recommendation. Then there's the MACD, which is bullish because the MACD line is above the signal line. That's a positive technical indicator. Now, looking at valuation metrics, the EV/EBITDA ratio is an astronomical 776.48, which is extremely high and suggests that the market values the company's enterprise value much higher relative to its earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. That's a red flag for growth investors, but might be acceptable in certain speculative or high-growth context. The PEG ratio is 4.12, which is also very high. Typically, a PEG ratio above 1 is considered overvalued, especially if the company isn't growing earnings at a rate that justifies such a premium. Another interesting metric is the on-balance volume, which is rising. OBV measures buying and selling pressure. A rising OBV generally indicates upward momentum, which could support the stock's price going up. The ADX is 1870, which is below 25, meaning there isn't much directional movement in the stock right now. It's more sideways than trending. Bollinger Bands are within bands, suggesting no major deviation from the mean price, so volatility is still high but not extreme. Putting all these together, negative sentiment might make some investors wary, but the technical indicators like SMA and MACD being bullish, combined with rising OBV, suggest there's potential for a bounce. However, the extremely high EV/EBITDA and PEG ratios indicate that this stock is expensive based on earnings growth expectations. High volatility adds risk, especially since it's a speculative name like Palantir. Considering all factors, high risk profile, negative sentiment, but technicals pointing to possible short-term gains despite valuation concerns, the trade recommendation here would be hold. While there might be a short-term opportunity if prices dip, the fundamental valuation makes this a high-risk investment. For cautious investors, holding might be safer until clearer signals emerge. That's all for today's pick. Stay tuned again tomorrow for more updates. Good luck with your investing.